Hey guys.
Hello!
We have here today a box from Surplus Center. This is parts for the project that I introduced you all to last Friday.
The RoboJib.
RoboJib.
Yes.
We're building a big robotic camera boom for the new studio. And John S.A.Z. helped us with the design and helped us source some of the first parts that are going into it.
This is pretty heavy.
Hell yeah.
Well,
this is the main
doesn't
motor
look like I can turn it.
that rotates the entire assembly. It sits up in the air with that facing down, and the entire jib is going to hang off of that.
Now, is this supposed to fit?
That is a sprocket. And yes, it is supposed to fit on there.
Cool. Did you want me? I can put it on.
Yeah. Alright, keep going.
Oh, this is really heavy.
Hell yeah.
Are you sure you wanted it this heavy?
Yeah, that was the idea. It's 9 pounds. And that was sort of the beauty of it, because this here is what we would call a yoke or a clevis, just this section of it, right? Once you take the wheel off, right?
Yeah.
What you have left over here would be a yoke or a clevis or a fork, if you will. Depends on how you're using it. And what I think we're going to do is take this wheel off.
Yeah.
And we'll reuse this wheel as the counterweight on the upward facing side of the jib.
Okay.
And the bottom part here, there will be a piece of wood that this bolts into. And on the other side of the piece of wood, we're going to be using this sprocket as a makeshift flange. And a flange is basically a mating thing that you can, screw through the flange into the material, and then the flange can't move around, can't rotate, and it can't pull up away. Because we could not find a 10 millimeter D shaft like this to mate up with the shaft of this motor. So when we mount that like so, we now have this rigid connection, perfect connection between these. And then the surface of this will sit flush with our mating block, and the other side of our mating block will attach to, other way, it's upside down, the wood here. So now when the motor turns, the sprocket turns, the mating block turns, the yoke turns, and the boom will be where the wheel was, and the wheel will be mounted off on one side of it as a counterweight to hold up the camera on the other end.
Okay.
So this thing is 9 pounds of oomph in there, yeah. And this has got a worm gear, so the shaft of the actual motor comes up in here, and that's got the worm on it, the screw, and then in here you've got your big gear. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but the inside of the shaft is threaded, and that's how we'll be holding the mating block onto it. And then it's got these mounting, equidistant mounting points there. I think there's one on the side as well. Yeah, one right there, one right there.
Cool.
And this is a 24 volt DC motor that's reversible, so it can go left or right. And we probably won't be running it at 24. We'll test it and see how low the voltage can be on it. And we'll be running that through an H-bridge and pulse width modulation controlled by a microcontroller. So more updates on this as we get the block put together and some sort of H-bridge put together. If any of you guys have appropriate transistors for building an H-bridge for this motor, and you'd like to send them off to the show, let us know. We'd like to keep this whole project as inexpensive as possible. You know, we're on a limited budget. And really quickly before we're done here, I wanted to mention that the new website, by the time you guys see this, should be online.
Yep.
Tymkrs.com is one spot where you can go to see the latest video, the latest blog post, the latest zombie tech, the latest weekly song release, links to the upcoming Tymkrs radio.
Project.
You can shop in the Toymaker toy shop.
Yep.
All sorts of stuff, cool stuff that you guys would probably be interested in is for sale up there. So go check out the new website and let us know if there's any problems with it so that we can get those fixed up. It's brand new, so it's going to be a little buggy. And I think that's it for today's Friday video. We'll be back Tuesday with another update from Addie
Yes.
on her quest for the RGB LED.
Indeed.
See you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.
We post videos all the time, so don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Twitter at TYMKRS.